What's up, legends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back on Black Ops 6 Zombies. We're here on Citadelle Des Mort, and I'm bringing you guys yet another new player guide to survival. Now, I've done these on Liberty, Terminus, Shattered Vale, and now we are here on CDM. And I think that you guys have been benefiting quite a bit from these. The idea of this run is to take you through the first 31 rounds or so, or at least until we're Pack 3 Legendary and have all the perks, everything that we would probably need to survive the upcoming rounds after that. Letting you guys know exactly what I do, when I do it, kind of why I do it, in hopes of giving you guys a better chance to survive, of course. So, obviously, off the rip here, we are here on round 1. I chose to run the Ames 85, something that you do unlock a little bit earlier. Unlike the other runs, though, I did come equipped with my attachments on this weapon, and of course, I do have augments. I do have a new player guide to unlocking augments. If you guys need help with the order, I guess you should say, in which you guys will be wanting to unlock those priority-wise. So, I definitely recommend checking that out if you guys are still looking for an order or, you know, some sort of priority list on what you should be unlocking and when. First step here, though, I am going to break the glass. We're going to grab the cheese wheel here because we will be taking advantage of the Rat King Easter egg, which could potentially give us some upgrades that we might want. So first step, though, we do need to go over here, lay down underneath. We need to get this guy out of here. Definitely do it earlier in the rounds, or wait until you have one zombie and you can do it then. And you can go ahead and eliminate the rest of these. Obviously, we won't be running the Rampage Inducer for this, but best plan of action here is to just follow this exact strategy, and I feel confident that you guys will be more successful than ever. Now, obviously, we don't have any zombies here, so we do want to hold on to this 2 times as much as possible. The one thing I love about the Rampage Inducer, and one thing that I do recommend at least turning it on for the first, like, 6-7 rounds most of the time, just because you're going to be able to take more advantage of these power-ups during those times. Like, for example, there I could have grabbed the 2 times as soon as it dropped, finished off the zombies. The next round would have spawned in basically immediately, and we could have taken full advantage of it. So at this point, we actually do have quite a bit of points. I do have to open this door on the right here before we go the other direction, which is the normal way that I go, because there is one of the rats that we need to locate in there, and it is 100% worth doing this side quest Easter egg because the reward possibilities are pretty good. You could get a free pack crystal, ether tool, ammo mod, perk. I mean, you could get all of those things. You really get lucky as well. So definitely want to make sure you're doing that. And that's where the second location is. If you guys aren't familiar with the side Easter eggs, definitely get familiar with the ones on each of the maps as you're playing along, because I definitely feel like at least a couple of them on each of the maps for the most part are really, really helpful. Especially when it comes to the next map that I'll be covering, which will be the Tomb, the only one that I haven't covered, and I do apologize that it's taken me a little while after doing the first 3 of these guides to put out the other ones, but obviously with the new season drop, I kind of felt like a lot of the attention would be focused on the new content that, people were going to get access to, new weapons and things like that, so I figured I'd put a little bit of time in between, and now we're back. Now we just got to do the exact same thing we've been doing. Luckily, in the early rounds, the zombies are incredibly slow, so we shouldn't have to worry about too much. I don't remember the exact amount of essence that we need to get to the point in the map that we need to, but I'm fairly certain we should be good maybe after another round or 2. The idea is to just make it down to where Pack-a-Punch is, and then you do have to open one more door just to get Pack-a-Punch opened up sooner than later, because it does end up being a little bit more difficult the longer that you wait, due to the fact you have to eliminate a doppelgas in order to get access to it. Same thing, though, trying to wait as long as possible. You do have quite a bit of time with these. Insta-kill is going to be super easy to utilize during this early round because the zombies are so freaking slow. I might have to go ahead and buy some ammo. Where's our guy? He's going to be right here. Another one right there. And we're out. All right. Okay, we'll buy some ammo. I don't need Pack-a-Punch yet anyway. We want to make sure we do the Rat King Easter egg before we think about Pack-a-Punch. So let's go ahead and finish that guy off. Finish this guy. I think we're going to get down to 1 zombie really quick, and then I will actually see if we have enough points to make it all the way to Pack-a-Punch, because the sooner we make it to Pack-a-Punch, the sooner we make it through the doors that we need to make it through, the sooner we can see what we get from the Rat King. I do want to actually show you guys where all these rats are, just in case you're not familiar. Went ahead and got my loose change there. Something I'm really bad about a lot of the time is getting the loose change. Not always because I don't mean to, but sometimes I actually forget if I've hit the machine or not, and I just don't bother checking. So I definitely recommend, especially earlier on, make sure you're getting that loose change. It's going to be super beneficial. Make sure you're hitting these rat locations and they're turning around and running away. And when we get to the end, there will be a way to determine whether or not we've gotten them all. So that's kind of nice before we actually activate for the rewards. We're going to have our 4th one here in this location. Another thing that can be kind of hard during an active round is actually doing this part here. So highly recommend getting down to 1 zombie, especially with the Rampage Inducer off. And you should have pretty much zero issue getting this thing completely rotated before the zombie makes its way over here. I'll be able to fire the cannon, and then there we go. This is going to cause me some serious damage. Worth it, though, and we'll continue forward. Now, in some cases, you might feel like you want to get Juggernog now. I'm not going to do that because I feel like it's better to see what you get from the Rat King Easter egg before you make that decision. We'll get that rat there, open up this door. There's going to be another rat in here. And I feel like once you get the hang of where these guys are at, this part's not really all that big a deal, right? Here I am, going to be forgetting the loose change. I already forgot the loose change at Jug. Go down these stairs again. I think we're going to have enough. We may not have enough to open up that last door that I want to open, but we'll be close. Get this guy out of here. Open up this door. This is 2,000. I think this one's also like 2,000 something. So this is the last door I really want to get opened up. It is 2,000. So a bit unfortunate there. I think in this case, I'm not gonna eliminate my zombie yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get out of there. Get this guy free. This guy shouldn't be too bad on round 5, but we'll see. Luckily, you have good space. He's not super fast. He's just a pain in the butt. All right, we're going to keep our distance. Focus on crits if you can do it. Yeah, we're doing plenty of damage. It's not the easiest fight of our lives, but it's also not difficult. And then just like that, Doppelgast is down. I need to hit this Parasite. Parasite, can you get out of here? Oh, that actually got me the points I needed. So let's go ahead and grab this crystal. Return it over here. We don't have enough for pack, but that's fine. We just need to open this door. Let's go ahead and open this up. Make our way into here. Grab our loose change again. Didn't give it to us. There we go. Now we have another rat into this spot. It just took off pretty quickly. That one's always really weird. And then another important part is to actually open this up and talk to Craft. And the reason that is because it does open up a door that we need opened. Now, obviously, at this point, we're still on round 5. We're not moving time. We're not, progressing rounds or anything. We're really just focused on trying to get this Rat King Easter egg accomplished. And we actually should be able to do it. I don't think I need any more doors, right? No, I think I should be able to get these last couple right here. So once you talk to Craft, this wall opens up. You can come in here. One of the rats is down here. All right, run away from me. And then the other is going to be in here, in this spot right there. Definitely going to get those 2 out of the way. And then we can actually go back down below where Pack-a-Punch is. We'll be able to see if we collected all of the rats that we needed to. There are 10 total, and hopefully we got all of them, because then we can actually see if we get an upgrade here. This is where it's all comes down to it. Is it going to be worth it? Interact with this. Feed them the cheese wheel. If you're like me and forget the cheese wheel a lot of the time, you can always go back to spawn and grab it. But just like that, look at that. We are Refined Crystal, Pack-a-Punch 2. That might be some of the best luck I've ever had. And it's funny enough, going to be in a run where I am doing a new player guide to survival. So that's pretty incredible. We did also end up with a knife, but I don't need a melee weapon. Then, of course, I can wear the crown, which we are absolutely going to wear. Well, that makes things way easier than I was anticipating. Normally, I hang out in this spot until I get Pack-a-Punch level 2. But obviously, as we can see, I saved 20,000 essence throughout this run. So I honestly don't even know if we're going to need to go all the way to 31 this time. We may end up just going to 26, just depending on our upgrades, right? Like, it doesn't change much once you get all the upgrades, but I think for a lot of people, just understanding when to get what and what strategy you're going to want to utilize once you get all those things, I think is the most important part of these entire videos. So definitely let me know down in the comment section below what your favorite thing are about these runs, and if there's anything about these runs you wish I would do differently or add as a way of kind of helping you guys out for those of you that are struggling. All right, obviously we got a bug round here. It was pretty straightforward. I do have enough for Jug. I kind of just want to run back, grab Jug, and we'll just go to our other area. This is a really weird run for me. Okay, so I made my way back to the main place we're going to be training zombies here in the starting zone. Now, the good news about the starting zone is Wonder Fizz will be available in here upon round 25. We do have the arsenal there, and honestly, that's pretty much all you need for the most part. Having a crafting table is nice, but if you're utilizing like Vulture Aid, you'll probably never need to buy decoys, and hopefully after watching this guide, you guys aren't going down nearly as much, and you will be able to take advantage of not losing your self-revives, or you're following the priority list for your augments, and you've unlocked Dying Wish, and you're able to utilize that throughout your journey. Let's go ahead and flip this round here. Holding on to the nuke, I don't think it's going to be much use to us, but at the very least, we're not going to burn any points by grabbing that now. I wasn't going to go ahead and upgrade yet, but let's go ahead and get Deadwire like we spoke about. Always the go-to ammo mod, especially for crowd control. And then we'll go ahead and get Green Rarity because we have the salvage for it. At this point, we are just going to be looking for salvage upgrades. I'm kind of thrown off because normally I have to, save up for pack 2 and do that whole thing. But obviously, that's why we do the Rat King Easter egg. And that's why we make sure we do it before we get Pack-a-Punch level 1, because it just saved us so much time. Obviously, if I hadn't gotten that, I think the priority list would have been hang out, get pack 1, hang out a little bit longer, try to get pack 2. If you get overwhelmed, which can be kind of easy to have happen down there, you can always run back to get Jug toward the front, make your way back down toward the bottom, and hopefully you won't be able, or you will be able to hang out down there and not have to leave that area until you're at least Pack-a-Punch level 2. That way, you don't have to go back down there for a really long time, possibly, until like the 20s, late 20s, whenever you're ready to get pack 3, because there's not much else within, that space that you really need to get access to. I feel like a kind of an important perk for me to grab at some point would be Quick Revive, but I would say it kind of depends on how you're feeling throughout your run. If you're running no Rampage Inducer, you might feel a lot less threatened. And at this point, we do have enough. We could, obviously go ahead and make our way in there to grab it. I'm very, very comfortable with this map, so I don't think that I'll go in there quite yet. And I'm very used to this space that we're in right now. This very first starting area on this map's got to be one of my favorite places to train on the entire game, because I feel like it's one of the few spaces where your training location isn't large enough to have the zombies despawn and respawn consistently. Oh, it looks like we got another nuke. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hit all of these guys. Yep, we flipped it. I'm going to hit the nuke. We're going to get a new round, and I'm actually going to go ahead and make my way through to grab a couple of perks. On this map, I usually go pretty far without grabbing a lot of the perks, and even on the other maps, obviously I stick to the core 3 that I normally get early, but this does not have a PhD machine on the map, and I don't feel like the side quest is the most important thing to do. It just takes me a lot of time, so I definitely recommend, if you think that you absolutely need PhD for the first 25 rounds, make sure you're looking up that side quest Easter egg, and you guys shouldn't have any issues kind of grabbing the 3 bottles, doing the quick bartender thing, and getting PhD for free. I'm not going to do that in this run because most of the time I just don't do that unless I'm, planning for a specific challenge or something, because I just don't think it's all that worth. But we will make our way in here. I'm going to grab Quick Revive. Then the next thing we really are going to need is probably the 2-plater. This space down here is not a place I recommend spending too much time in. I'm going to hopefully not have to show you the problem here in a second, but the hard thing is that it's very tight quarters. But the good news is, if you would like, you can actually do quite a bit of damage to this round before you head on out of here, but don't get yourself stuck. Oh, that's a perfect thing to get. We're going to get ourselves partially stuck just for that, right? Okay, insta-kill. That's probably the entirety of our zombies. These guys are going to start coming in and dropping stamps. I definitely recommend, if you can, grab them and turn them in, just so you don't have to deal with them, being relevant the entire match. I think one way that's kind of helpful to do that is you can wait until a bunch of them spawn in, and you can go near the statues towards the end of a round, eliminate them all near the statues, and then you wouldn't have to deal with them. But I'm going to go ahead and run this one back real quick and turn it in, so that way I don't have to worry about them quite as much throughout the journey. I'll go ahead and open this door as well. And these 3 perks are really what I feel like is the most important in these early rounds. Obviously, I would love to have PhD, but again, we already talked about that. You got to get that through the side quest, and I just don't necessarily feel like it's worth it. Like, that side quest takes just amount of time that I could just be running Rampage and flipping 5 or 6 rounds, and you know what I mean? Just making progress a lot quicker. Now, although I find PhD, Flopper, Slider, whatever you want to refer to it as, to be one of the best perks in the game, and definitely one of the most important, it's really only that important when it comes to the Rampage Inducer, just because of the speed of the zombies is so much faster, and you're obviously at a disadvantage because they are acting as though they are around 55 plus, whereas you are just a poor little brand new soldier with very little movement speed off the rip, right? All right, we'll go ahead and try to wait. I don't really need a ton of points right now, but I don't want to go too crazy. Dang it, I could have waited longer. It was a bug round. All right, we're looking pretty good here. Now we just need to start flipping rounds and making some things happen. Okay, we do have a bug round. I'm not going to go ahead and promote bad habits here, but I should have been paying a little bit more attention as we can now get rare rarity. Obviously, your rarity becomes more important if you don't get a free double pack crystal like me, because you probably won't be feeling quite as strong as I am right now at this point in the match. I mean, crazy to feel as powerful as I am right now because you normally don't get pack 2 crystals, but we've been getting some crazy luck lately. If you watched my video yesterday, it was a challenge run, and I did a SAM trial only, and we ended up getting an epic tool and a pack 3 crystal throughout that run, which is just insane. So I did get a stamp. I have a stamp here. I'm kind of tempted to run this back and then make my way back. If you guys want a little secret to survival, if you're doing stuff in the map or running through like I am currently during a round, I just definitely recommend going in, hitting up the statue as quickly as possible, maintaining your constant movement towards this direction as if you're going to Pack-a-Punch, and obviously how familiar you are with the map will determine how easy this is for you to execute. And you'll make your way back down here, and for a small 500 essence, you can take the trap back to where you want to train the zombie. So usually when I go through and want to get pack 3, for example, which we will do eventually, this is the exact strategy I would use. But because I wanted to turn in that stamp, that's what we did. And then I can grab this stamp, and then once we have one more stamp, we can turn these 2 in, and dudes with the helmets won't spawn in anymore. Definitely something I recommend you do, because especially if you're using Deadshot, which we could grab at some point soon, you're going to be accidentally spamming headshots on those things, and you're going to be doing absolutely no damage. But we do have our Doppel. Doppel died really fast. Again, kind of crazy to feel this overpowered during a, guide to survival for new players, but it's the RNG element. We got lucky. Double points. Definitely want to make sure we don't kill any zombies till we grab that, and then try to take full advantage of that by eliminating the rest of them. All right, I did go ahead and turn in another stamp. I'm going to go ahead and grab Stamina, because I feel like that's a perk that would definitely benefit a lot of newer players, especially if I'm advocating for you guys to not bother with the PhD side quest. So we're going to grab the Stamina. I turned in the stamp, like I said. Same process. I'm taking the safe route. It does cost me 5,000 essence, but let's be real. I saved 20,000 by not needing pack 1 or 2, getting the free pack 2 crystal. So I can more than afford hitting this thing pretty much every round if I wanted to. Then I should have one more stamp over here that's still on the ground. I can pick this up. And then after this round, I can actually go and unlock the final statue, and those dudes will not spawn in anymore. All right, so these guys are still fairly slow. We're on round 14. And as you can see, what I recommend you do for each and every start of your round, especially in this area, is to make sure you are running around in the Guardian statue here, training up your zombies the best you can to kind of get them grouped up the best you can. So that way you can obviously eliminate them as fast as possible, but also control the spawns. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of the way. Without a Rampage Inducer, I'm 100% grabbing this as quickly as possible. If I did have the Rampage Inducer on there, I would actually go out of my way to eliminate as many as possible and try to grab the insta-kill as late as I can. Because the further you flip the rounds, obviously the tougher the zombies get, and the insta-kill would just be more beneficial. Something I guess I could mention as well is if you're in the boat like me where I ended up with Pack-a-Punch level 2, right? I'm going to have a lot of extra essence. So if there's a perk machine on the map that you would like to grab, you are more than welcome to, as long as you're already pack 2, and it would still kind of follow the same strategy. Realistically, I just go without a lot of stuff for longer because I can just hit the Wonder Fizz and not have to worry about the individual machines. But at this point, obviously, the only thing I'm really saving up for is the Wonder Fizz to show up, because we did get pack 2 so early. So you could realistically grab more perks earlier on if you would like, but that's not a requirement, of course. If you can handle not having them, definitely do whatever you need to do. But if you feel like you need to grab any more, like Deadshot or something, for example, to help you aim for the head or anything like that, feel free, as long as you're Pack-a-Punch level 2 at this point in the match on round 15. Obviously, the more upgrade you have, the better off you're going to be, because here on round 16, we should be getting our first Amalgam. Obviously, we got Doppelgast on like round, I want to say you get one on like 11, 13. It's very similar to the Manglers and specials on other maps outside of the Shattered Veil. So you guys should be expecting those, and the same thing with the Elites. You're going to get them on 16, possibly 19, 21, things like that. Now, hopefully, because we have been able to be kind of overpowered throughout this run, we get pretty lucky here. Got another double points. This game is really hooking me up. I'm going to have a lot more points than I'm supposed to have. It's going to lead me to being maximum upgrade earlier than I should normally be. Okay, let's go ahead. I have a decoy. I'm going to throw it. At this point, throw the decoy. We're going to grab this double points. I'm going to stay away from the Amalgam because we know where that guy's going to be. And we're going to try to do as much damage as possible. He's trying to grab me. Okay, just stay away from the amalgam, whatever you do. Doesn't matter what else you do, just stay away. Keep an eye on your mini-map. Keep your distance. Fire at all the other guys. Thin the other guys out, for sure, no matter what. Thin the other guys out. Not only will they drop you goodies that might help you out, but then you can just focus on the amalgam until it gets eliminated, just like that. And because I like to exfil, we're going to be grabbing a mutant injection to drop on the ground. Got to, you know, promote good practices, and then we can finish off our last zombie here, and that's another round in the books. I feel like I have so many points because we got this pack 2 crystal. It's going to greatly shape the future of this in a different way. Okay, round 17. Things are starting to pick up a little bit. The zombies are much faster, but obviously with stamina up, I'm even faster than I need to be. And all I have to do is kind of train them around. Big old circle. Honestly, this area only gets insanely chaotic when you pass like 36 plus and you have the Rampage Inducer cooking, because they're just moving absolutely insane speeds. Let's get around here, trying to get them as close as possible. They are kind of slow without the Rampage Inducer to some degree, so sometimes that can be hard. But the idea is to just get them as grouped up as you can. You're trying to make your ammo mod as effective as possible. Obviously there, it's going to make sure it hits. Focus on our doppel. Oh, I'm going to teach you guys a little trick here. Now, I obviously don't want to use that right away. I have more than enough points, so this isn't going to be about points here. But one way that I like to make sure that the nuke is going to flip around is I just try to do as much damage as possible. Make sure we're down to the last of the zombies. Like, I feel like I see all the zombies that are left on the screen. And then we run into the nuke, and the round will flip. Now, Citadelle Des Mort is one of the fun maps because the bug round is extra special. You get vermin and parasites. And like I've said on other maps for the special round, get as many of them together as you can, especially if you're running Deadwire. Look at the Deadwire take effect there. It's going to take out a lot of them, if not most of them. Ooh, we want to save our 6 bullets. We might be able to make this work here. If not, we do have the Semtexes. Idea here, get as many of them to spawn in as possible. I'm actually going to throw a Semtex right there in the ground. Boom! It actually almost hit all of them. So we can hit this guy with 2 bullets, hit that guy with 2 bullets, and we didn't have to buy ammo. You don't want to buy ammo during this round, no matter what. Even if you feel like you have endless points, try your best to strategize. See what you can come up with to get you through those rounds. If you have PhD, sometimes you can PhD slide into them and get you those last couple kills to get the max ammo that you need, reducing the amount of essence that you might spend. Something I do recommend for those of you that are my viewers that maybe you don't need this level of help, but maybe you want to improve a bit, turn on the Rampage Inducer and see what you can do. Because I tell you what, enough practice with the Rampage Inducer and runs like this, I feel like I can, you know, bob and weave through the zombies without getting hit a lot of the time. Like, even when I run really close to them, I'm just able to get past without taking a hit, right? Which is awesome. Go ahead and grab the insta-kill. We should be able to pile drive through the rest of these guys. Ooh, a max armor, which doesn't necessarily do a whole lot for us in the current state, but I'll take it. Okay, we have another symptom of me having my weapon be a little bit overpowered. So I saved up a lot of extra salvage, so I should go ahead and get epic. I would have gotten epic right away had I not been as powerful as I am, because I wouldn't have noticed, right? Wouldn't have noticed right away. But definitely at a point where we can go ahead and get epic rarity. We've also gotten kind of lucky with our power-ups, which has made this a little easier. I usually base a lot of my upgrades, especially rarity-wise, on what's my salvage look like in the moment. Do I have enough to do so? And is it going to be safe? And obviously based on how long it takes me to get through the enemies. So at this point, it's getting a lot more chaotic here on round 20. I honestly wish I would have upgraded before this round, but it's going to be fine. Same thing, stay away from the amalgam. Just look at the mini-map, stay away from that guy, whatever you do. Finalize what you can with your zombies. You don't want to kill all your zombies, you just want to kill a lot of them. Save a handful or so, because your amalgam might kill them. And then, time to focus on this amalgam. Alright, get out of the way. Only shooting the amalgam, the other guys don't matter. Obviously you're going to shoot him on accident, but that's not what we're here for. Keep on keeping on. Oh, he's going to grab me. Definitely, when you hear that sound, you want to try to time your slide. But there we are. We're good to go. I can actually finish off the rest of our zombies really quickly. Oh, another max armor. Game's hooking me up. Yeah, I just feel so overpowered, so don't mind me. It's a little bit off. But as soon as I could have gotten the 2,500 salvage locked in, I should have been over here getting epic rarity. Now we're halfway, or a little bit over halfway, to legendary. We are ridiculously high on essence right now, so I'm still trying to follow my normal procedure, because I could realistically probably go get pack 3 right now and be just fine, but I don't want to do that because we got the pack 2 so early. I want to make sure we do our perks first. I want to hit the Wonder Fizz before I make the conscious decision to pack-a-punch my weapon even further, costing myself 5,000 essence per ammo purchase, right? And in some cases, depending on the weapon that you're using, that might not be the worst case scenario. All right, we're still running here, trying to outrun the zombies the best we can. All of them are grouped up. This guy on the outside, I'm going to focus on him. That way he gets downed. Probably the biggest threat anyway, and you do not want the doppelgas to transform into an amalgam. It will only make your day more difficult, and you definitely do not want that. So lock in, focus up on our zombies now. Obviously, as you kill them, try to pull out your fists and run. Get as many of them spawned in as you can. We got a double points over here, so we definitely want to take advantage of that. Once again, once they're all built up, do as much damage as you can. Run when you have to. And as you can see, I'm just kind of pacing myself back and forth around in a circle. You don't always have to go in one direction. Whatever you have to do to get them as close as possible. Now, like I've been saying, the beginning of the rounds are usually the most difficult because all the zombies spawning in, they're, you know, coming out of this place and that place and everything. So just keep on running. Keep running in a circle. Go this way, bob back the other way. Just once you feel confident most of your zombies are within this group, then you can feel good about actually firing upon them and doing the most possible, right? Obviously, getting them close quarters is great for the ammo mod, but it's even more important to your survival because you have actually some control over where the enemies are going to spawn and when. Because now that I actually eliminated those guys, now more guys are going to spawn. So we can actually run back and forth here. As you can see, they're kind of coming in over there. They're coming in over here. Oop, that's going to be a risky run by, but it's still working out just fine. And we're going to grab our insta-kill now. Most of our zombies are close quarters, and we can now damage the crap out of these guys. You know what? Just because we're so close to the end, I am going to go ahead and hit that, and it should flip us to 23. And if we had the Rampage Inducer, we'd get a good 15 seconds out of this insta-kill. Okay, we got a couple rounds left. This doppelgas is really trying to get me. That was a really good ammo mod activation, too. Like, actually perfect. Kill the Parasite, killed the doppel. I should be able to slide past this without taking too much damage. Sometimes it's risky. And then we can actually just focus on the headshots. With weapons like this, too, headshots just come super easy. Oh, look at that. Max ammo. This has got to be one of the craziest matches I have had for currency in a while because we don't normally get a free pack 2 crystal and then get a free max ammo and, like, you know what I mean? All this stuff is just happening super in our favor. Even, like, the double points. All right, a couple more sets of zombies left. Keep our distance. Double taps coming in. There's another double points. What is going on here? We're going to have $1 billion by the time we get our perks here in the next couple of rounds. I want to make sure we hit this Wonder Fizz before we get pack 3, but I don't even know if we even need to. But I would have had to regardless if we didn't get that. So I'm kind of just trying to stay in line. I'm going to be honest. This is actually a really good time to get a bug round because we're going to be able to hit the Wonder Fizz after this round flips. All right, we got as many of them together as we could. We got the lucky dead wire activation, taking out almost everyone. Well, pretty much everyone that was on the map, I guess. Just not enough to flip the round. And once again, we'll build them up, run around in a circle. You're really just waiting to see if they all get close quarters. They should all be here now. Shouldn't be any guys, like, off in the distance. I don't know what is going on with my screen. Tripping out a little bit, but there we go. We're still here. Max ammo down. We run in here. We have 83K, which is ridiculous. And the Wonder Fizz is now available. We already have 3 perks, so it doesn't matter the order in which we buy them. But I'm going to buy everything but Death Perception and Melee Macchiato. Now we're in a really good spot. We're on round 25. I mean, I have 55K. There is no reason why I shouldn't pack a punch to level 3. So after this round, or once we get ourselves in a good position, maybe that's what we'll make happen. We're going to be able to get Legendary as well, probably in this round. I think what I'll do is, even though we're almost at 26 and we're going to be maxed out, I'll probably kind of speed run the last 5 rounds with all the goods just to keep us at that round 31 level. All right, we need to keep running here. Again, same strategy. That guy, you see him on your map. We do have double tap now, so these guys should get evaporated. We were already feeling strong. Well, now we're even stronger. Get this guy out. The problem is he's running completely wide. All right, there we go. Now that we can actually hit him. Same thing. Pull out our fists, trying to get all these zombies built up. They're still spawning in. The further you go in rounds, the longer they will be spawning because the more zombies can be on the screen at once. You don't have to wait for all of them to spawn in. You just want to get most of them, so that way you don't have them spawning behind you trying to destroy you. All right, we'll focus up some damage on that guy. Get away. Let me reload. Okay, there we go. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Okay, there we go. Big explosion, napalm going off. I still have this amalgam, but it shouldn't be here much longer. There we are. Amalgam down. Okay, same thing. I guess I could be spamming my dead shot now, too. Probably get through them a little bit quicker. And then we'll go over here. How many zombies are left? Is that it? Nope. Nope, there's still more. I thought it was the last. Don't make mistakes. All right, we'll get this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab them all. And then like that. Okay. Even though I flipped around, I would normally recommend you get a singular zombie to get you through this. But I'm going to show you exactly my pathing here. Because I can promise you right now, you can run all the way through during an active round and you'll be just fine. So, obviously here, round 26 is about to begin. We're going to go through the front here of the castle. We're going to be able to take this left. I can hear a doppelgas spawning in, which is not what we want to hear. But we already have all our perks, so we are fast. And we don't have to worry about anything. Constantly running, constantly running. Obviously things are spawning, but they're not going to be spawning fast enough to keep up. We are going to be able to slide over here, get the 3-plater, go over here, make sure our weapon's out, grab pack 3, and then we can hit the trap to go back toward the spawn. Okay, we did make it back to the spawn, and I want legendary rarity, so I'm going to shoot me this doppelgas right here. And as soon as it explodes, perfect, we're going to go over into this positioning. We have double decoys. We're throwing a decoy. We're grabbing our legendary rarity, and we're going to make our way back out here. Now I'm going to focus on headshots, trying to destroy these guys as quickly as possible. And just like that, Deadwire coming in to save the day, aka destroy pretty much almost all of what we had left over. The only problem here is we are now at the rounds where even though it looked like we were almost done with the round, there's going to be a lot more left to spawn for this one. So now we are maxed out. We have pack 3. We have legendary. We have Deadwire. We have all the important perks that I care about. Oh, and we're also getting a nice little activation of brain rot there. Hey, get off me. And that should actually be the round. One more over there. Okay, we're going to speed run through these next 5 rounds. We're going to speed run. Because now, normally, we're in a position where we can actually exfil. And we normally would because we have pack 3, legendary, Deadwire, all the perks. Now we're in a position where it's, can you continue to execute the strategy to continue to stay alive? Okay, we got an insta-kill on 27. We could throw a decoy. This round's going to be dumb fast. It's already probably halfway over. Just wait, just wait, just wait. And just like that. Look at that. That should be the rest of that round. We might even be able to use this nuke in the next round just because that went as quickly as it did. Okay, we were actually able to save it long enough for us to hit it at the beginning of the next round. That's how good that end of that last round was. We want to get ahead and hit that. Go ahead and try to spam it. And the amalgam's down. Super fast, super easy. Biggest threat of the round is already down. We are cruising. Did another one just spawn in, though? Oh, we just got a second one. We also have tons of decoys on the ground. That's kind of a vulture aid result, right? So I can actually throw another one. Now that I have 2, I should promote using it. We're going to go ahead and try to fight this amalgam. It's grabbing something, but it's not me. Oh, it's actually almost dead. Thank you, double tap. Look at that. It is now dead. See ya. It was nice to know ya. Now we just got to collect our other zombies and finish them off. I do have another decoy at least, so I could throw one decoy and hope that I get another one in return. Let's go ahead and do it. Throw a decoy. Most of our zombies, if not all of them, are on the map. Spam dead shot. If you're on controller, just spam it. Don't even question it. Just do it. Doesn't matter what people think. Some people might hate it. Some people might think it's cheesy, but it's exactly why it's in the game. It's there for you to take advantage of. Oh, we have another decoy here. These are those rounds where you just think it's over and it's not. We'll just go through these guys quickly. Double tap makes such a difference. It's insane. Is that the rest of our round? Should be. Yep. There we go. It's actually a really good time for a bug round. That means we'll have a bug round, one more normal round, and then it'll be time to exfil. Okay, we're hitting all of our dudes. I thought I was going to get an activation there. I did not. Honestly, you could shoot at the parasites more often if you want, but that's just in order to keep you from getting hit by their stupid projectiles the entire time. And then that should be the rest of that round pretty quickly there. Okay, I want to make sure I walk you guys through the entirety of this last round, or at least the important parts, which starts with the beginning. So off the rip of the round, you're going to be seeing zombies spawning everywhere. You're going to run left. You're going to run right. You're going to run left, right, dodging, bobbing, weaving. You probably are going to get hit, but your goal is to be hit as little as possible. Beginning of the rounds are always the most chaotic, especially with the Rampage Inducer. You can even go a little bit further, slow the zombies down, and then I'm going to start sliding over here. I can focus on the doppel if I can get it to cooperate. I think we got it killed already. Did it die instantly? It basically died instantly. Now we're at a good spot here. We're going to start getting zombies to spawn in. Trying to take full advantage of my mag there before I swap to my fists. Same thing. We're going to run, bob and weave, bob and weave. They're going to be spawning everywhere. You're likely going to get hit at least a few times. It's to be expected, but you're just trying to group them up best you can. If you feel like they're getting close to you, slide out, reload, fire until you can't anymore. Pull out your fists, run over here, and reload again. I do have Electric Cherry on as an augment as well. That almost did not work. But as you can see, when they spawn in, they do their best to try to trap you, and that's probably where a lot of people get caught up, if I'm being honest, especially newer players. We'll go ahead and throw a decoy, because we saw one on the ground here, and we also have another one back up. We can go ahead and try to get as many of these guys out of here as possible. A little bit on the dead wire activation there, actually making it possible for us. Get these last couple out. Is that going to be everything for the run? I think that's the last of this round. Now, when it comes to exfilling on this map, I 100% promise you it is a mistake to not go in with a mutant injection or some sort of streak. This map is way more of a pain to exfil on than a majority of the others because of the space you have to run through, I feel like, and the space that you have to work with. It's a little bit close quarters. So I already know where it is. I'm heading to this location now. As you can see, I was already making the most progress I could because these guys start spawning in crazy quantities here, and they are angry. So very close quarters. Like I said, it's going to be hard for me to even get through here. Holy smokes. That's what I don't love about exfilling on this map, but we're going to do it. All right, we're good. We're making our way over here. There's like 3 doppels chasing me or something. Oh, there's an amalgam. All right, throw this. All those guys are going to go over there. I'm going to go ahead and pop this mutant injection right now. I don't know why this map is the way that it is for exfil, but it just is. Obviously, that makes things way easy because we just killed... We went from like, what was it, 35, 45 down to like 11 in 2 seconds. And then the amalgam's gone. The doppel is gone. We have one more right here. There we go. What do we have? A parasite? Where's our last dude? Oh, he's right here. There we go. And that's it. Time for us to exit with the Mangler suit. And we even have the crown on still, which makes it even more fun. Rat King for life. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. So hopefully after watching this guide, the new player guide to survival, that is, you guys will be able to survive a little bit longer in your upcoming runs here on Citadelle Des Mort. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace!